Hello, folks. It's Coach Blue for you. Returning. Hope everybody's doing well. Good to be back. Wanted to do a follow up on a topic talked about probably like a month or two ago, communication. And my initial thoughts on communication, they're not actually different, but just some additions to it is that it's a curse. The ability for human beings to talk and converse verbally is a curse based off of how ineffectively we do it. Based on all the other elements or species or things that are out there, they communicate all the time and they're more effective than we are, and we're supposed to be more advanced. Well, one of the big things that makes communication difficult or makes it challenging or makes it break down or cause issues is over time, the longer we know someone or have a relationship with them or whatever the situation may be, we become judgmental. We become a person that makes assumptions based off of how well we know this person and how well we've known them, how our experiences with them, what we've done with them, what we haven't done with them. Those experiences, those memories allow us to form opinions or statements or decisions or judgments about them before we even get to that point based off of our knowledge of experience. One of the biggest things in communication I mentioned before, one of the ways to kind of make it more successful or to make it where it's more open and has an opportunity to be successful is not to judge, is to have a conversation that's truly non-judgmental and that where you actually listen, where you actively listen and you're asking questions to get an understanding and you're not making a judgment or making an assumption based off of what you know or what you think, but only based off the conversation, the words that you're hearing and the feedback that you want to give relative to the information you're being given. So back to the part about being judgmental. I know I've asked myself the question, is it possible to have a relationship or have experience or have a know someone like your children or your spouse or your significant other or your mother, your father or siblings for years and not be able to have some type of judgment or form some type of assumptions about them based off different situations when you have communication with them? And I honestly believe we may not be capable of doing. We may not be able to. It's extremely difficult. It's difficult to erase the experiences that you've had that allowed you to have the beliefs and thoughts that you have today, especially with people that you know. So when they come to you about specific topics, about specific things, about you know, I'm going to go ahead and get a job, or I'm going to do this. If you're talking to your brother, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to do A, B, C, and D, and you know that based off his experience, that hasn't worked. So when you hear this A, B, and C, D plan from him, you're thinking that's not going to happen. You've already judged him. You've already made an assumption based off those past experiences. And that's maybe not fair because he does have the opportunity, he does have the chance to change it. So just because his track record has been A, B, or C doesn't mean that today as D is going to continue that. So often we're already programmed. We either jump in and say, "Man, you're full of shit. You're not going to do that. Why are you wasting your time telling me, talking to me? You know that you're not going to do that." So we condemn them. We down them. We bring them down. We bring them back and put them in the box that we know or that we assume that they should be in based off experiences. So maybe we've actually contributed to their lack of success by judging them or making those assumptions based off those experiences. So are we really being fair in that point? Don't know. So the thing about judging is it's hard, but we really need to consider being open-minded in any conversation or communication with another person to have a conversation or communication or some type of uh, dialogue that's valuable. Otherwise, it's bias. Otherwise, it's biased based off our beliefs, based off our thoughts, and the feedback we give is indeed biased based off those same circumstances or instances. And are we really being, like I said, fair for a better word, to that person or to ourselves in that communication story? So my recommendation or thought is in our communications, regardless of our beliefs, our thoughts, or our previous track records with folks, is really work on not being judgmental, not really being assumptive in these conversations because they only lead to disaster based off our beliefs. They just go downhill. And 9 out of 10 times when the communication fails based off of judgments or assumptions, they're usually negative. They're usually not. judgments or assumptions that are positive, they're usually negative. Can that happen? The answer is yes. There are judgments and assumptions sometimes that are very positive, that are influential, and do help people move on and grow. But 9 out of 10 times, unfortunately, they're negative, and they do the opposite. They just destroy the whole realm of communication. Often over time, they actually destroy the relationship. Being judged feel a certain type of way about being judged. The people that are judging, you know, feel a certain type of way about the people they're judging because of their past experiences. So it's a difficult thing. So my thought would be let us all try to work on being open minded to the information that we're being given and hear it for what it's worth and give feedback relative to what we're hearing as opposed to what we think. It will take time. It's not easy. The first handful, 10, 15, 20 times you go through this exercise, you may fall back into your old ways and make the judgments or make the assumptions or say, this is garbage, this is bullshit. Forget it, I don't want to do this. I'm not. Well, in the realm of, everyone talking about let's make this communication thing better or more successful, then you have to look at yourself. Is that what you really want to do? If so, then you have to change your approach as well. Open your mind, open your thoughts to something different, to the possibility of it being different. No one likes to be judged. No one likes to have assumptive uh, decisions placed on them prior to. No one likes that feeling, or no one likes that position. So maybe we ought to have a better view of, I don't like that happening to me, so maybe I better be a little bit more considerate about imposing those on other folks. So hopefully that sheds a little light or gives you a little bit of thought. But like I said, let's all work on some type of uh, non-judging, or looking for some type of wisdom or some type of enlightenment, that we can get to the point where we can do less of it. Maybe not at 100%, but maybe at 20%, to 30 to 50, to grow it to 100. But something to think about. And then in your conversations with people, it's something for you to look for and identify and see if you can work on or change that. So it's Coach Blue for you one more time, signing out. Um, Please subscribe, please like, please share me with your family and friends. Please stay safe, and most of all, please gain understanding. Peace.